You see, there's been a big misconception in the world of hypnosis. Hypnosis is a natural state. It's something we go in and out of all the time. But we can use that state to affect our own behaviors. So this is a do with. I'm gonna work with your unconscious mind. I'm gonna work with this 88. You're gonna work with the 12, right? Because together, when we work together, we can bring 100% of the mind together. That's the power of your own mind.
So I just attended Talib's group hypnosis, Beyond the Mind, and it was amazing. And the fact that I feel so refreshed and so energetic afterwards is amazing. It's a wonderful feeling. This was a bonus. So for the last couple days, I had been experiencing a pain behind my face. On a scale from 1 to 10, not even a 1, more like a dull ache. And while we were going through the process, I was able to let that go, and I was actually able to pinpoint the root of that disease during the meditation process and during the visualization. And since we've been done, I haven't felt that pain, that dull ache behind my face that I had been feeling like for the last few days. If you're in the Las Vegas area, come and give this a try. It's a wonderful experience, and I'm sure that you'll get some great benefit from coming to do this.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Beyond the Mind, where I'm not here to teach you, I'm only here to remind you. Welcome and happy Friday to all that is joining us. It's been quite some time because last week we were off because the wonderful Peach had a birthday. So, we wished her a happy birthday, and I'm sure she had an amazing time, but we are back this week. So this week, there's something very interesting that Chef wanted to conversate about, and that would be about the pursuit of happiness. And what does that mean to you? And how that shows up in the modern world today? And is it something that is the pursuit of happiness also the reason for so much unhappiness? And we're going to dive deeper into the show. But first, let me just ask my good buddy here, how you doing today?
Man, great. Week off, miss seeing you last week, and you as well, Peach. But glad to be here again, and looking forward for this next episode.
Awesome. So, you were talking about it backstage. So why don't you open up the conversation a little about this pursuit of happiness?
Yeah, actually, I was doing some content because I'm a new content creator now, regarding building our own brands. But as I was sitting in the park, I was thinking, the pursuit of happiness, like that is 80% of our time in life is in the pursuit of happiness, and the other 20% is like us only enjoying life, right? Or actually being happy. But we in relationships, we move on, we get new jobs, we get divorces, we create new careers and new lifestyles, all based on the pursuit of happiness. And happiness is a fleeting emotion, essentially. But the majority of our lives are built around the pursuit of it. And I think that's a very interesting subject matter.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that I think the pursuit of happiness is a general term in a way, and I think that it's more of a contractual thing that people make with themselves, because how does one define happiness? Like what happiness to me would be might not be happiness to you, right? But we do have a general consensus that happiness is something that makes us feel good, right? But within that, there's this, nuance, definitional nuance of how you perceive that and what you think, experiences should come from that and ones you don't think should come from that, right? So when I'm looking at the pursuit of happiness, or what I would like to say, the pursuit of happiness in the modern age, what does that look like to people? Because what was the pursuit of happiness before this iteration was, having a great degree and a job and two or more children, right? And with a house that you pay off in 25 to 30 years, right?
It all changed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so now the value system of that has changed. So the pursuit of this happiness has also changed. Wouldn't you? Would you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm basing it on everyone's individual pursuit, whatever they say it is. I'm going to base it on that because I do know that. How many people do you know that are looking for a new job or a job? How many people that you know that have a job that want to do something completely different than that job? How many people that you know that are in relationships that are not digging that relationship and they're either trying to start a new one or trying to figure it out? It's everyone's on the move. Everyone's on the move.
Well, I don't know if that's the pursuit of happiness as much as that the pursuit of terminating a contract you don't feel works for you anymore. Because most people who end up and say, okay, I don't like my job, right? And I have to get out of this job, are usually people that, these aren't usually people that have accomplished what they wanted to when they were younger, right? A lot of these people may have wanted to go to college, dropped out, or made some decisions, right? And now in their mind, they made a contractual agreement with themselves saying, well, I can't have these things. And now this is the direction I have to sort of go in life. I feel like we're all very heavily influenced by the society around us dictating what happiness actually looks like. I find that very seldomly people individually understand what their own happiness would even look like, because happiness nowadays is so contractual amongst each other that it usually implies another person's participation in order for us to have it. And I just find that extremely fascinating, because how can I say this? If the pursuit of happiness is contractual, right? Happiness is defined individually, right? Then I guess the real question is, why aren't people just writing a contract with themselves saying, I'm going to just be happy?
Too much responsibility, no accountability themselves.
Well, elaborate.
Okay.
Because I don't disagree with what you're saying, but when you use those words, they can be rather vague and left to interpretation.
Because to do that, you literally have to do the work. You literally have to figure out, okay, if I'm not happy, what's bothering me, right? You have to literally look at yourself and ask yourself the right questions. And most of the time, we don't want to ask ourselves the right questions because that means we have to be accountable to the answer. And most people don't, they already know that. Everyone knows the answer. But then when you say it out loud, you're confirming that that's the answer. So then this self kind of psychosis kind of goes on when that person's mind they're just chiming in and they're circling and they're circling and they're circling. And what happens, I can tell you is what happens because it's happened to me in the past. But what happens is when you circle like that in your mind, you don't actually do anything because you haven't sat down and actually faced it. It hasn't set in, like it hasn't set within your person or your body. And it's almost like a traumatic experience, which is why you're kind of spinning out. It's almost like a self crash out. but you're not doing anything. You're just kind of spinning the wheel, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so when that happens, like if you're not facing yourself, you're just spinning your wheels. But when, and I'm going to introduce a word that I don't know if we've kind of gone over it, individuation.
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready to face yourself, and your positive side is facing your dark side. When you're ready to face your dark side, because that's your mirror, then you could put in the proper work, because that's when you start taking your accountability. When you start looking at all the things that other people see that you try to ignore. And we have a great ability of trying to ignore our own flaws and our own errors. But the whole part of happiness, isn't it facing yourself and dealing with all the things that you buried in the closet, going through those things so they're no longer, and then coming out on the other side of that?
I mean, see what I'm saying? Like that's how you define happiness. Some people define happiness as an acceptance of knowing that it's a choice about a feeling that I'm going to choose to feel because I'm the one who generates the feeling, right? And so I'm going to make a contract with myself to not let outside forces dictate my emotional state.
Mm-hmm. And that contract, does that look like individuation, in which we're talking about? Or does that contract look like just kind of holding yourself accountable?
I think it could be a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think there's a misconception with holding yourself accountable, because we live in a society based on punishment and reward. We were taught by punishment and reward. The things we pursue in this life is based on punishment and reward. You know what I mean? So naturally, there's this bias to us about certain things being easy, because we were taught that it has to be hard and that anything worth having, you have to fight for. It's not your birthright. It's not your natural experience. And then, what's so wonderful too is like, the reason I like you bringing this up is because maybe we should do a little bit of journaling with some of the audience if they out there. If you're out there, get a pad and pen and do a little springboarding for the audience and give them a little technique down the line. Maybe not this moment, but it came to me because, I personally don't, from my personal experience, I just find that most people haven't really addressed what they wanted. What they want, if they want money in a relationship that looks a certain way, it's usually because they feel it'll make them look a certain way to others, right? So if you strip that away, the desire for other acknowledgement, would that change what you wanted?
Oh, absolutely.
If you didn't experience a life where people picked on you or made you had a couple experiences where people made you feel lesser than, right? Would you want to be famous? Right? And I think that goes into that, dissolving of the ego, right? And because what is the pursuit of happiness? A realization of a contract we made with ourselves saying that, hey, I'm not going to be happy until I get A, B, and C.
Most of the time when you do that, when you get the A, B, and C, you're like, man. or you're like, wow, I'll never do that again.
It's so wild because the thing is never the happiness.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, are we overlooking the saying, the pursuit of happiness? Is it about the happiness?
The pursuit. It's the pursuit. It's the action. People are addicted
to the journey of
becoming.
Yes. The journey of becoming.
Yes. This is beautiful.
And when you get into the journey of becoming, well, that's a happy time. That's a wonderful experience, right? But most people are either down the road or they back down this way. They never in the moment, experiencing what the moment has to offer them. And then when they jump into the moment, it's clouded by a perception of thought they've been brought with them from the past. So I would say most people, one of the first things you could do is start realizing you don't even live in reality.
Yeah. It's been, man, I'm kind of gonna jump subjects
Please.
because you're talking about not living in reality. Well, you know the goal for the next year. Most people don't, but I posted something on one of my pages, and it was a photograph of Angkor Wat in Cambodia, right? I get an inbox from someone who I know saying that, hey, my dad's there. He's gonna move there. I think you should talk to him. And I was kind of surprised because I just never expected it. And I'm gonna come full circle so you understand. I was kind of surprised because I never expected just me posting a photograph of something that I would get that kind of response from someone. But those who know, right? So jump to his father calls me and we had a beautiful conversation. And he's like, when you go, you let me know because blase. Just the whole broke out the red carpet. But before that, he conditioned me, asked me a few questions. What was my purpose? What do I want to, why do I want to go there? Right. So, and my response was, I want to go explore the temples. I would like to see the monuments and all this beautiful stuff. And then he's like, okay, I think you'll be a good fit. But what it came to is the statement made on what I planned on doing to pursue my happiness. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't back the statement up with action, I don't think things would have happened. But I know that there was a quantum leap that happened in this process that I had no idea was happening out of my pursuit of happiness. But the universe rewarded me with the contact in which I had no idea that was coming. I wasn't even thinking that far down the line. But in my pursuit of happiness, because I was taking the action in my pursuit, I had a quantum leap happen to fast forward everything that's going to happen. And I was like, whoa. That's kind of what I wanted to say, getting back to it. But as we are in our pursuit of happiness, because everyone is in their own personal pursuit, things along the way happen that can affect your psychosis in a positive or negative manner. And hopefully it's positive. But in that pursuit, and heartbreak arises, how do we as humans, as people, how do we allow it to either trip us up or veer off from our actual pursuit?
Wait, say that again?
In our pursuit of the happiness, things go awry, right? When you're focused, there's always a distraction, right? In our focus and in our pursuit of happiness, how are we distracted? How are so many people distracted and veer off of the road during their pursuit?
Oh, you mean how do people lose themselves when they have chasing the pursuit of happiness?
Yes.
Because happiness isn't something to be chased, and pain is something that happens once. Suffering is something we inflict on ourselves from an internal wound we will not allow to heal. Right? That's one of the differences, and what happens is we get caught up in what people have done to us. right? A lot of times it's over. They're not still doing this to us. A lot of us are not in that situation. We're living with the memory and the story and the narrative and the energy of it, right? Which keeps that wound open.
Is that
right?
the psychosis of the pursuit?
I don't know if that, I wouldn't call it the psychosis of the pursuit. I would say it's the natural progression of not understanding the internal world. Right? You know, because people externalize the pursuit of happiness into what? Things that must be gotten and obtained, and then it's going to create some shift in them internally. You know, and that's what I find as one of the issues with that is that, well, here, you know, people might go running after happiness, right? But you didn't have to chase happiness as a child.
It just was. It existed.
It just existed. It was a state. Happiness is not a thing. It's a state, right? And you don't need things to enter into a state. You have the ability to generate states. But that's one of our greatest gifts, and also one of the things that has been dulled down in most people, right? This fact that we have the ability to generate states. These states turn about and generate things.
Is that why the happiest people are always the poorest people? Because it's always a state of mind and not a condition?
Well, yeah. Well, the happiest people are usually people that don't have the things you would think they should have.
I shouldn't say poor, but that have less fortunate. Right.
Happy people are people that are living in the moment.
Yeah.
And you find people living in the moment who are poor, who are middle class, or who are wealthy. Just as you find ignorant people who are rich, as well as poor and middle class. You feel what I'm saying? Some of those has the understanding, could have came from your family, could have came from your liberal education and your, you know what I mean? Or you might be some artist or somebody who stumbled on it to yourself. But the mind is the greatest inducer of happiness. And the mind brings everything about, as we both know, and you naturally help people with all the time, as I do, you know. And so you know that the mind is the predicate. It's the one that's making and deciding what happiness at the end of the day by filtering out. We literally have filtered out the whole world around us to support what we believe.
It's gonna make that person happy. Yeah.
But happiness is right there. It's not somewhere else.
Yeah. But it's, you know, it's literally a state. And that's kind of the point, I guess, because people are doing everything instead of trying to get into that state or maintain that state or figure out how they can get back into that state. So instead of like just being present, so I need to go get that state over there. Because it's gonna look better over there. And once again, that's for other people, you know. That's not for themselves, because we're talking about exterior aesthetics, blah, blah, blah.
Right, and usually what that does is it just enforces another person's reality. It's not really evidence of the world; it's just evidence that they can't have what they want.
Do you think people realize that? I mean, I know when people do get married, they know the statistics these days and how few and far between marriages work. And you know, the 20+ marriages is, you know what I mean? 20-year plus, excuse me. But like knowing a statistic, getting married anyway, and then deciding you ain't happy and then getting a divorce. It's that's a tough pill to swallow.
Can be.
Because, well, my grandparents were married for 50 something years and they had 8 children. But they didn't get along sometimes, but they always knew that this was home and all we had was each other, and that was that.
Mhm.
It wasn't about happiness. It was about family. It was about family and family duty, and hopefully within that, you're able to find bits and pieces of the happiness,
Because at the end of the day, that's what made them happy. And all those people wasn't happy.
No, that's what I said. I don't necessarily know if it did make them happy. I'm
just saying a lot of them wasn't happy because they pursued something that they was told that is going to make them happy. A lot of people go to school because their family tells them to go to school. A lot of people become things or don't become things because of their families, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, so much, we are a compilation of experiences, decisions, predictions, and choices, right? And it's all nicely put together on a bow of emotions. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, it depends on where your mental state is at. Like, for example, right? Women back then didn't have a choice a lot of times to get divorced and leave home. Mm-hmm. So because she made the best of her situation and she smiled a lot in all her pictures and she did happily cook food and she found a way to be happy and eventually she just was happy with it. I mean,
let's put it like this. Let's just say our grandparents' age, they didn't really have a choice. They had to stick with one another. They didn't stick with one another or just, not survive because you needed every part and every bit. And basically the kids that were together, they had chores, they had jobs, they contributed. It was a unit. It was a different time. It was a different
time. Yeah. That's my point, right? Mm-hmm. With a different psychology and the pursuit of happiness meant something very different. Mm-hmm. Right? And the pursuit of happiness now is individualized. It's a me thing. Mm-hmm. When the pursuit of happiness before meant having a family, extending your legacy, right? Leaving something here to last for all time. This was originally a part of the pursuit of happiness. Now people could care less, and a lot of people don't want children.
The pursuit of happiness is migration.
It's a marketing ploy created by corporations like Hallmark and Coca-Cola, Hasbro, and Ford, and GM, G&E, Bell Atlantic, AT&T.
What is the wildest thing you've done out of your pursuit of happiness that you're willing to discuss on air?
I realize now what I was doing was not for the pursuit of happiness. It was for the pursuit of survival and or to escape what I believed was survival, right? But as someone who witnessed people die at a young age and had bullets racing past them and all kind of stuff, I believed I was supposed to. If you can't make yourself happy now, you ain't promised tomorrow, right? So my thing wasn't just about happiness, because I could go outside and be happy. My thing was about trying to get my family out of the ghetto, to change, do something that would help my son. You know what I mean? I was thinking about, when I was doing music, I wasn't thinking about being famous and just being famous. I was thinking about getting my family out of a situation, getting me out of a situation. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, I think when it also comes down to ethnicity, right? Culture. Pursuit of happiness is different across cultures. The understanding of what it means to be safe is different across cultures. So for me, like, I would say I could tell you some of the worst, like, oh, what did you do for money? Have you ever done anything trying to get money to get out? You know, because that's the closest thing I could think of when you say that. You know, and yeah, you know, I did some things. I ain't gonna say all of that. I don't know if I can, but
You
what
should.
I can say is this. You know, you know, long ago we did. You know, you know, it's New York. You know, it was. You know, we did some stick up stuff before. You know, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like we, you know, and that was, and then like, you know, the other thing I can't even, I'm not, no, no, I can't, no, I'm not allowed, no,
Mhm.
can't say that. But what I can tell you is this: the craziest thing I ever got myself in the middle of in this so-called pursuit of happiness. I'll share that. You want me to share that with you, Winston?
Let's hear it.
Let me tell you about the time I got wrapped up with the FBI's top 20 most wanted fraudster.
You sure you want to bring this out right now?
His name was Keith Crump.
Oh God.
Yes. And he had stole millions of dollars from churches throughout Texas and a couple of other places. He used fools like myself who, you know, young, stupid, in a strange land. And I'm out in Hollywood, you know what I mean? I got my kid, you know. I'm not, you know, I got this great job. I'm straight from the Bronx. I'm like, my life has changed overnight in my mind. You know what I mean? Sure enough, he used people like me, get you to put millions of dollars in the bank account to legalize it, start businesses, and then bring your siphon the money out. Right? So I didn't know all of this. And at first, I didn't want to deal with him, you know? And sure enough, the craziest thing happened was a buddy of mine was like, oh no, we should. And then I got involved with the guy, and I ended up staying up for 7 days on the craziest adventure of my life, where it essentially ended with the feds approaching me and him going to prison. And yeah, it was yeah. In the midst of that, the craziest thing, I'll tell you this. I was up for 7 days. I didn't sleep a nap for 7 days. I had been everywhere from out in West Hollywood, up there at the W. I was up there. We was trying to buy, getting a condo over there. And I was at BMW dealerships, Mercedes dealerships. We was on shopping sprees. Went and got Rolexes. This dude had us doing everything. Went to Western Union, opened account, had one account for 7 million, another for like 3 or 4 million. But you know what happens when you start opening accounts like that, right? You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And that was quite and you know, there's some other surrounding factors. I did a lot of this because of somebody I cared for very deeply as a friend and family member had a illness, and I was trying to get the money to help them too. And I did all this to get this money. And I found out that I could almost go to jail, that I was doing something illegal. I didn't know. The Fed's the one who told me. They had all the phones wiretapped, everything. Robert Horry was in.
You better be quiet, man.
I gotta stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Hey, Pete, X that out. Bleep that out.
I believe that. Yeah, let me be quiet here. I'll be like, people don't know who I know, man. I've been in some things, man. I have experience. You know, well, you know Hollywood, so you know some people too. Like people would be surprised who you know if you was like if they was out with you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
certain people saw you, and they would be like, "Oh my God, it's so and so," and they would be like, "Yo, Seth," and they would look at you like this.
Yeah.
Yo, he know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been around, seen a lot of dumb shit. A lot of people doing a lot of dumb shit. I've done the dumbest of the things. I think that's another day. We can just use a whole episode.
Well, this was just about what did I do about the pursuit, and this was in the pursuit of happiness.
This
okay?
was in the pursuit.
But you're about to go into it. Needs to be another show we should start and just call it, "Hey, behind the scene Hollywood stories." Two actual production guys.
Yeah,
that's what we should call it. Two actual production guys, Hollywood stories. And we just tell these stories about. I got a lot of stories. I had stories of Jason Mitchell. I mean, I could go on, man. I got a lot. I know a lot.
Rudy, Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke is cool, yo, but he's wild.
He
is crazy. Yo,
Dennis Hopper, shit.
Hey, Mickey Rourke.
Crazy stories. Who else? Man, so many guys, so many crazy stories.
Oh, I have a story about David Allen Greer, man.
Oh, I just worked with David. I did.
I hope he's better now.
The Saint. Did the show last season? So it's a show on NBC. So it's a hospital show. Damn, I can't remember the name. Saint something. But it's funny. It's actually a really funny show. But yeah, man. I was on West Wing. I'll tell you this one. You might laugh at this one. This motherfucker, excuse my language. I was hitting the corner in the airplane because it had a fake airplane. And as soon as I hit this corner coming around, somebody swings and hits me with an uppercut. Dude, drop me. Just drop me to my knees, dude. Drop me. I'm like, oh my God. Because I don't know. I'm literally just turning the corner. I didn't expect it. Bow! Like, oh shit. I look up, and you know who sucker punched me in the stomach?
No.
Alan Alda from MASH. That old man dropped me, dog. I was upset for years behind that. He put me on my knees, dog. I just hit the corner, pow, and he was celebrating. He was celebrating him nailing a scene, like he was congratulating himself for doing well on the scene, and he's turned the corner and he was congratulating, going, "Yeah!" He went, "Yeah," into my gut, knocked me down. Anyway, that was my funny Hollywood story.
Oh, that doesn't sound that bad. It sounds like an accident.
Yeah, but
y'all probably bonded after that.
Nah, fuck that dude. Motherfucker socked me in the gut and didn't give me.
I mean, this is can we watch our language, sir? Can we be mindful? You know, I took this little moment to defer from the mind. You know what I'm saying?
He socked me in the gut and didn't make it up to me. Anyway.
That's well, you know, that's Hollywood. I'm sure you got paid for it.
No, I did not, but it's okay.
With your check.
That's not enough.
He was an old man. I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt that bad.
Oh yeah, it did. He dropped me.
Or maybe you're not mad at him. Maybe you're mad at yourself. Maybe you feel like you should have been able to take more from an old man.
Do you know how big he is?
He's an old man.
Hey, listen. Are you an older man?
Not as old as him.
Well, at this time, I don't know if he's still alive.
I'm old enough to be his grandson.
This was this might have been 20 years ago, bro. This might have been 20 years ago.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. But he was at least 6'6". At least 6'6", about 220, 225. Wasn't no small dude. Pretty big man. But yeah. Not okay. Not okay. Oh, I'm not that tall, Peaches. I'm short. I'm a short man. I'm like 5'7". But I'm wide.
That's interesting.
Peaches over there laughing at me from getting socked in the gut by an old man. All right, on with the comedy. So,
I'm just looking at some information here while you were saying that.
Do you have anyone in the chat? No one's in the chat today?
I didn't see the chat. Can we open up the chat? Let's see. And let's open up the chat. And you know what? I want to open up the lines, man. I want to open up the lines, Peach, if you don't mind. I want to get people in here. Let's see if we get somebody in here today.
Who else is in the pursuit of happiness and has a story that they would like to discuss?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you on your thoughts on the pursuit of happiness. And do you live your life by the pursuit of happiness, or you just, I'm not even sure what that really means anymore, to be honest with you. I feel like it's an arbitrary thing now.
I think it means something different to everybody, and I don't think there's a generic statement of that. I think it's all personal. So whatever that person deems is what it is what it is. Then we just got to take it for that.
I agree. Yeah, I hear you. No worry. I agree with that. I was trying to see if we could get some guests on too. So I was reaching out to a couple people that may or may not stop by.
All right.
So while you were saying that, but yeah, the lines is opened up. If you're watching out there, please feel free to jump on in and give us your
made in the pursuit of happiness, Peach. Crickets.
I was going to, I don't know. I will leave Peach out of it.
I'll see that.
I think she's typing.
Oh no! So I'm asking. So what have you?
She was laughing at me about saying leaving her out of it. That's why she laughed.
Drag her right back in.
I'm not gonna drag Peach anywhere, yo. You shouldn't even use language with like that with Peach. Did you not read her thing? She told you that women used to be oppressed.
Oh man.
So they had limited rights. That should be telling you everything you know about your language when addressing this fine young lady here. Right.
Okay.
There we go.
The humor is beginning now. Now we've loosened up. Come on, Peach. Come on in here. Come on in this room, please. We haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
No, she don't have to come in. She don't want to come in.
What's
the question? See?
Okay. What have you done in the pursuit of happiness that is kind of wild? Not the wildest, but just a little bit. Did you hear it?
Well, I'm sure she did, but she's not coming up here. She's gonna type it in. She don't want to be on camera right now.
No guest today, huh?
Well, yeah, it was a little. Oh, there it is. Reverse psychology. Hey, Peach.
Hi.
Hey, always a pleasure to hear your voice.
All right. So, what have I done in the pursuit of happiness that's wild?
Not too wild, but something that's worth talking about.
Got married. Shit. Excuse me. Just getting married.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I didn't.
Because because Talib said it. Some people don't wake up and want to get married and have children in a home, and somehow or another we end up doing all of that. So I guess in the pursuit of some form of making other people happy to find my happiness and peace, I got married. So
right. Hey, let me ask you this. Would you feel like that decision really, because see, my thing was, Peach, that a lot of time people don't really know what they want. The things they think they want is because it was driven by the people around them. So either some need to like prove them wrong or to prove them right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Would you feel like your marriage was driven that way, or what was your,
my mindset was to just, I was thankful for the people that raised me, and I just wanted them to feel like they were more accomplished. So me getting married and having the children, you know, was for them. And now I guess the pursuit of happiness now is just to live for me.
Hmm.
And it's whatever it is I decide. So just like I decided to do all these live streams, I decided to create nonprofits. I decided to do everything right now for me, no matter what it is, no matter how anyone feels. So I guess that's, my pursuit of happiness. I'm gonna do what the I want to do.
So I guess your pursuit is just your independence, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little bow to wrap it in. Independence. So I don't know if he was looking for something more wild, but I think
No.
it's nothing more wilder
What?
than getting married and dealing with people shit.
I
Just
don't
people.
think that. I don't think he was looking for nothing wild. It was more so just like
Yeah.
what you gave us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because you know people and you've experienced it for yourself. A lot of people are hell bent on this pursuit of happiness, and pursuing happiness means you don't have it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're willing to be unhappy until you can't get to it, or at least find some sort of level of contentment
Mhm.
until you can get to your happiness.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing that I did let go: the pursuit of money.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a biggie. Now I just do, whatever it is that I love, and hopefully the money will come. But to chase money, that's for happiness. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. To attach it to happiness is just, I don't know, it's crazy to me because you probably won't get there. I mean, the way that you want
Hmm.
by chasing it.
I agree. I don't think you will get there by I don't know, man. I mean, that depends on what you want, right?
And most of the time, most of the time when you chase money, you're young, right? You're young, you blow through it, you lose it. If you're lucky, you can keep it. And then the pursuit kind of changes because you're like, oh, okay, you hit a certain level of stability. But I think when you're young, you take more chances, take more risks, and the pursuit is just different than when you get older because you've already been through that. And really, the pursuit is just to be kind of at peace. So
Yeah.
pursuit.
And to stop
I don't know.
listening to people.
Hey, I
Not
remember when
to
they used saying. Let me say. I remember when
Go
they
ahead.
used to say, "30 is the new 20."
Yeah.
Right? Remember that? Now they say
Yeah, I
what?
remember that.
Now
Is
they
it
say what?
40 or 50?
40 is the new 20.
Oh yeah, tell my niece that.
I'm just saying, yeah. I mean,
Well, they can say that because the advanced surgeries, adrenochrome, and all that other stuff that they got going. That's why they keep moving up the age. So
well, I think it's because like you said, like we were saying, like the definition of happiness or the pursuit of it, or what we like, what as a nation, like as a society, like as American society, like right, our whole goal once before was to have these great families, right, that went do great things, get great jobs, built great shit, but our boomers messed that up for a lot of people, and you have a different psychology now because people who have tried to do what they say you need to do to win has done it and they're losing. Would you disagree, Peach? Or how you feel about that?
I agree.
No, I agree. I actually agree with you.
So I think it just changes what people like. Everybody ain't as bent up on having this relationship the way it was before. I remember like everybody was, oh, I gotta find my soulmate. I gotta make sure I have one. Oh shit. It was like this whole yo, Quiet Storm. You know what I mean? Like everybody was
Talking
on,
about, well, it sounds like
Come
you sound
on.
like the
girls used to be like this. Listen, they'd be like, oh, he fine. Look at his eyes, girl. He make a fine baby.
Mm-mm.
That was real talk.
yeah, it was a real conversation. Look at his hair
No,
Look at his
no,
hair.
or her hair.
No.
Come on, Peach. I didn't say we're not saying you was any of these people, right?
Yeah.
But we know
I
you know these
remember
people
that
existed.
time.
There was a
Yes.
time when
Look at his
SWV was making people have babies,
Yes.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
R&B was a
agree.
real thing when we were younger. That was a real thing, man. You ain't go no. That's it used to make love to music.
Okay.
Just saying, they don't have that no more. This
It's
whole
true.
dynamic of certain things have changed. I ain't say nobody do that. I'm saying as a societal norm on what people decided as like what this happiness was. That one time it was guys want to get together and we hang out and we just try to talk to as many girls as we can.
I think that's generational.
That's not today, man.
No, it's it's generational. It's not for this generation.
And that's my
Ours are
point.
still
So their
doing it.
pursuit of happiness must be so different, right?
Yeah, it is. It's called pursuit of self. And I think they're wiser than us for that. Because for me, I'm pursuing me. I'm going internally for the happiness. I'm not looking externally. I love
agree.
that for the kids.
I like
Yeah, I mean that's awesome that they have that. But when they're young, should they really be having problems internally?
Yeah, that's when you have the most
I mean,
problems.
it happens, but I'm just saying, like, besides the teenager stuff, the typical teenage stuff, the drinking, the trying to smoke, the sex.
It's not about having a problem. It's just about being comfortable with who you are and learning yourself and learning what your needs are. And I love it for them. That's why they're not having all these children like that. A lot of them are choosing to go to college or look at all of these entrepreneurs since the internet explosion. So they're into themselves.
Well, they're not having children because they're not dating.
Oh, they date different. They don't date socially like we used to outside. They date on the internet and then link up and stuff. Their dating looks a whole lot different than us. Than the way we used to. So yeah.
What do you mean physical touch? Our physical touch and
Listen,
talking.
the fact since we done went so far to the left, I'm just gonna put it out there. The fact is, birth rates are down.
Yeah.
And I understand and I respect all of it, but I feel like there's a balance that's completely out of whack, right? Because some of these interests of self-serving is literally suicide for the human race.
Yeah, that's true.
Say what you want.
Oh, well, I will.
Do the
I
scientific
think they're going to do it. I get
gotta
that,
have humans
yes,
to have
we
a civilization.
do. But they're
That's
being
just the way that
wiser
works.
than us. They're doing it later.
Well, they're not
versus
necessarily
earlier.
wiser than us because they're preconditioned and programmed more readily than we were. See, we didn't have the same access to a central nervous system called social media that could literally paint and perceive the world to you before you ever stepped outside your front door.
Okay, I could roll with that, but I think mostly our generation taught them that.
Well,
I think
yeah,
we pushed that on them.
Well, we gave it to them. We definitely gave it to them.
Yeah, we
but-
pushed
Oh, I'm
it
not
on
saying
them.
we're exalted of it at all. I agree with you. No, they didn't go make a phone for
You know,
themselves.
the crazy thing is though, because our generation, like we kind of introduced these things or like brought these things in, but we're not really capitalizing off of these things. The
Well,
way
we
the
didn't bring
younger
them in.
generation
We were
are.
conditioned by them as well. We didn't make these things. We're not the ones that made these things.
No, I'm not saying we made them, but the first computer I ever used was an Apple. I'm going to age myself, but it was 1981 in elementary school.
What? I use a Commodore 64.
I
then
remember this
must be
Commodore
old as
64.
hell.
I remember this Commodore 64. I remember that. But so like, and now it wasn't called an Apple, it was called a Macintosh, and it had the Apple in the middle. But from that to what it is now, essentially every advancement in technology we've kind of experienced in terms of computer wise. But just recently, like this, it's just, I feel like I just missed a whole lot of information in my pursuit of happiness. In me pursuing happiness, I missed out on a collective amount of technology. Not saying I'm behind, but just saying, like, because I wasn't in it and ingrained in it, I'm now have to catch up, right? In my pursuit of happiness, I fell behind.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I can't say I fell behind, but you know what I'm saying, right? You kind of get what I'm saying.
I guess I'm a time traveler, so I don't feel like I'm behind. I feel like if you stay current with the technology and you stay current with where everything is, you'll never be behind. Most people who are behind are people who can tell you how to use the computer in front of them.
Oh well, yeah. That's not what I mean by behind, though.
Well, what do you mean?
My behind is different. Pause. But you know what I mean. In the aspect of doing work, my being behind is different because I feel like if I'm not ahead, I'm behind. If I'm ahead of the curve, I'm behind. If I'm not at least
No room for nuance, huh? No color, no dimension. It's just 2 points in space for you, huh?
Yeah.
There's got to be some nuance there.
Man, I've had enough nuance. Forget the nuance.
Okay.
I've had enough of it.
What?
Had enough nuance.
Nuance is beautiful. It makes everything into a beautiful spectrum of you can't tell me what it is.
Exactly.
With nuance, you
Exactly.
can't tell me that this is just good or bad. Nuance allows me to say, no, it's not. That's not true.
Does good and bad even exist?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's subjective all day. That's in the head of the beholder. The good and bad, you know that though. But we all on the same page with the good, that part. I mean, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. Because we've gone very far. We started talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I love what's happening right now, by the way.
Well, it's all coming back though.
It's going to make a full circle at some point, But I guess we had to go around, because I agree though. I agree that the pursuit of happiness is a business model. That's just where I feel like it, It's like who created that term life be lifing?
Somebody broke. True.
I don't know why people say that so confidently too. Like, yo, you know what it is, man. Life be lifing. What does that mean?
Struggle is real.
I think it's all real if you say it is. It ain't gonna never be what you say, in my opinion. I don't think the pursuit of happiness I think that's dying out. I do agree that the young people, they don't live in a society that would even promote them to grow up the way we did at all.
They don't.
And I think it's for the best. Yeah, it's going to be different problems and new mistakes, right? But I prefer new mistakes over same old mistakes. New mistakes says progress. You know what I mean? And I feel like the youth are somewhat doing that. But at the same time, I think they're the ones that they're going to let them put a chip in their head. They're the same ones that's going to buy the robot girlfriend. It'll be time for our age people really to buy a robot girlfriend. It's going to be too weird and too Shameful.
Listen, I get it because I see people driving Hyundais and Kias, and I never thought I would ever see people like really be into like Hyundais. What? That car cost 50 grand. Do you know that Hyundais cost 2,500 when they first came out? Every other person in 1990 had a Hyundai. Now Hyundais are all over the road, different generation, brand new. Look, they took that same raggedy ass car, repackaged it, and made it something nice. Now, it's the top selling car in America. Pretty wild, isn't it?
I blame rap for that.
The Kia boys.
Kia boys. Hip hop sold everything. Nobody
Yes,
was
they
buying
do.
Range Rovers. Nobody was buying a Range Rover, sir. Nobody was buying a Montero.
No. I remember the Mitsubishi Montero when that first came out. Oh, man. People knew how nice that SUV was.
Yeah, that's because Nas said it and it was in his video.
They used to hook those Monteros up.
Yeah.
Monteros.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't think there is truly. I think the pursuit of happiness it's an institutional thing that gets divvied out to people, to the society as a whole. You know what I mean? And then people get taught that they have to now spend their life chasing something in order to prove that they're worthy for being alive. And if they don't achieve it, then their whole life was a waste and they don't deserve anything.
It's a sad state of affairs, to be frank, because we have society's conditioned to act accordingly, at the same time being pigeonholed into a certain place where the conditioning takes place. Strange. That's strange, but it's a wild world that we're in, where we're all being experimented on.
What?
Yeah, society. We're all being experimented on.
Welcome to Beyond the Mind. Where here we deal with the mind and all the things to help you with the mind. Right? That's what we do here, man.
Yeah, I'm saying that because I mean, think about the conditioning. All right, so you promote Valentine's Day, which is a love holiday. People in the pursuit, everyone wants to, either be in a relationship, not be in a relationship, be with someone, not be with someone, whatever. Give someone a gift, not give someone. Conditioning. Well, that also is pursuit conditioning, right? Because we're trying to condition people into being a certain state, right? But it started off with something else, and in fact, the promotion is never really them being in that state. Because if they're in that state, people probably wouldn't be. I don't know when people are happy, they don't necessarily go out and purchase everything. They are typically with one another and enjoying that whatever that circle is. But it almost feels like they're promoting the pursuit state, not the happiness state. Because in the actual pursuit itself is where all these other little actions take place. And it seems like the programming starts from the happiness place, but it does the complete reverse. Because it's all about the actions taking place within the pursuit, but never really about the actual happiness. Because the money's made and all the opportunities for the outside world is in the pursuit.
Well, dating was a thing created by Hallmark in them. I keep saying that this is not a conspiracy. This is a fact. This is scientific, historically documented fact. He started that, bro. How can we make some more money? How can we sell these cards and flowers? Just like De Beers is the reason you have wedding rings. That's why. And they told you the only way you could really show her you love her is if you save your money and you buy her this. You see this diamond is so rare, rarest thing on earth. Meanwhile, there's diamonds all over the planet. You can make a diamond. You don't need $10,000 in equipment to do it either. What makes a diamond expensive? Go ahead, tell them, Peach.
You figure I know cut and clarity.
There you go.
But
It's not the diamond
cheap
itself.
stone.
The diamond itself is it's all over the place. It's the clarity and the cut. So the architecture of it, the thing that the man comes in and how well he can clear it up and clean it up, how precise his cuts are, and how it captures light. Am I right, Peach?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what makes it expensive. Other than that, it has no real value. It's not expensive. But somehow we've been convinced, women have been convinced that if a guy saves up all this money and throws this ball and chain on your finger, right? You should be happy. A guy is convinced if he goes and saves up his salary and spends most of his money, right, that he's going to be happy. But neither person entered into the relationship because they were happy. They entered in out of the pursuit of happiness and satisfying the tribe, their tribe, because no human being wants to be kicked out of their tribe. That's the primitive part of our mind. And we all have this desire to either make people go, see, I didn't have to do what you told me to do. Or we want to go, see, look, I did it. I did it. And that's that primal part of our brain. I don't care who you are. You ain't above that unless you a psychopath, sociopath, or somebody with some sort of mental, hey, guess what? That part of the amygdala is cut off. He ain't got it operating. It's not operating. You know what I mean? He'll chop you up and it's not even going. He's not thinking one time, was that wrong? Completely incapable of feeling anything such as remorse or empathy because they are completely solely convinced that what they do is the only right thing to do. Did you know all serial killers who get caught on them TV shows, you go watch them, the guy got away for 20 years, like the Iceman and all these guys, you know when they got caught? When they developed the conscious. They were 20 years, never, because they never thought about it. Didn't matter to them. They didn't care about nothing. One day they see the, they all like to keep souvenirs, right? They see it, or they see some little kid and they think, man, was that right? They have a moment of doubt in their action. Next thing you know, something breaks in the case, something discovered. The wife finds something that was never found for 20 years, right? All of a sudden she just discovers it. No, that's what keeps us poor. That's what keeps us in our position. You have a guilty conscience about yourself. You don't feel like you deserve things. You don't feel worthy of things, right? So all it takes is someone to push up against that doubt in yourself and you fall completely apart. Pain can only happen to you once. Someone hits you, it hurts. You get over it. Someone hits you, you internally make it, why they do this to me? They ruined my life. Now it's a wound. That's on you. That's something inside of you allow to be opened and not closed. But a person can't really hurt you. They can only inflict some pain. You process it, but suffering, that comes from you. And that was my tangent. Peach, you still up here? Peach, I love you, Peach. She hanging out with us. I mean, she's the lady behind the scenes, so she usually be like, "No,
Oh, I can exit stage left for y'all.
No, stay here for a minute. I'll be right back.
I know you want to go, Peach. How was your birthday?
It was awesome. It was awesome. I enjoyed myself. And I'm just happy to be here another year.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'm glad you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday. What we got here? The propaganda of happiness, uh, the propaganda of happiness when it's really actually here in the moment. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. This is what my whole point is. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Being in the future and in the past, look at that's why they call it the pursuit of happiness, because it's something that is in front of you. It's not with you. Man, that was powerful. Stephanie nailed it. What else did she say? Let's just get a little bit of Stephanie since she got so much wonderful things to say here. We got, yes, there are a lot of standards to happiness, holidays, clothing, housing, etc. There's standards, you know. And if you're hearing me, Stephanie, you know, one of my biggest points in that was that when you're talking about happiness and the pursuit of it, you're still talking about something that lies in front of you. And it's always going to be defined by the individual. And most of the time, we don't really know what's going to make us happy because we've made so many contracts with the people around us in the world around us in order to say be accepted by them or rejected by them. So I agree wholeheartedly. And then Taking Photos said that language. Yep, it's in the language. We got some smart people here today.
Does happiness even exist, or just things just are? We just assigning shit to it.
Happiness is a state. It's a state you experienced when you were very baby, when you were little. Happiness is a state. It's not a thing. And what happens is, what we do with happiness is we assign a contract to happiness. We say, until I get the relationship I want, I'm not going to be happy. Because I can only be happy in the relationship that I want. Now, this is a contract you just made with yourself to say that even though I can experience happiness right now, I'm not going to allow myself to until I get that thing.
Okay.
So happiness is a state, right? It's a state, which means it's something you generate.
Yeah, you assign it to stuff. Otherwise, everything just is.
You know, the same way some people assign, you know, some people like when shit goes wrong. They go, yes. For real, it makes them happy. Dave likes generally getting in the middle of things and making it work. A fire burst into flames, house burst into flames, big flames. I'm not running in there. Firefighter, he like, I live for this. He come up to the fire, he ready to run through the door. You ask him, why'd you do it? I like saving people. It makes me happy. That's why I always say it's perspective. Like who's to say what happiness truly is for everybody, other than something that makes us, the general consensus is that happiness feels good.
Right. So basically everything just is, and then everybody just assigned shit to it.
Which means
everything is just is.
Yeah.
So everybody living in their own version of the world. Nobody's living in the world. We don't even know what the world look like.
Truly, no, we truly
We're
don't.
living from our own assigned version of the world, of what happened to you when you were little, the experiences you had, your exes, your bad relationships, good relationships, right? All of that makes you so this is why the world is this way. And that's the only thing you look at the world, the only lens you look at the world through. Until that lens, you either go, wait a minute, something's not right here, or someone else convinces you that something else is there. Until that happens, you just keep perceiving the world the way you do. I thank our brains for doing it. Could you imagine if the whole world just came in at once? Holy shit, you probably wouldn't know who you was.
Yeah.
You know, it's within a structure. It's definitely within a structure. Oh, we got highest vibe. What did he say?
The movie, The Fight to Put the Glasses On. They lived. Oh, they lived. The movie, The Fight to Put the Glasses On.
There you go.
The reality versus fiction.
And oh, Stephanie said it does, Peach. I say it. It's an energy that runs through you. It's acceptance of who you are and what you do. But what Talib said too. She was agreeing with you and me. She's agreeable.
For the record, They Live is my favorite.
Stephanie, the
my
lines
God.
are open. Why don't you come on up here and have a little conversation with us? Come
What's
on in
the-
here and talk with us.
The director's name. The director
You don't have
from
to turn your camera on either. Don't worry about that.
what's the director from Halloween? What's his name?
What? Which one? Rob Zombie? The Rob Zombie version?
No, the OG. What's his name? He did The Thing. He did They Live.
Wait. Stop. No. It wasn't Clive Barker.
No,
was
not
him.
Clive Barker.
Wait. Hold on. It's my man.
I know. It's like one of my favorite directors. It
Oh
went
my
blank.
god. Why did you do this right now? Hold on. I can see it. Let me stop trying. Oh my goodness. His name is on the tip of my tongue, bro. I'm just looking him up right now. Why do you?
At any rate, do you know how dope he is? John Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Yes.
John Carpenter. And he also did Remember My Joint, man. The Mars joint.
Oh, Mars Attacks.
No, not
He did
Mars Attack.
Oh, Ghost in Mars. He did
Ghost on Mars, yo.
Yeah, Ghost on Mars.
Ghost on Mars.
You know, actually, one of the best horror movies to me of all time that people don't even give him credit for is The Thing. The Thing is like that still mess me up to this day. But one of the reasons why he's so impactful, I think, because he tugs on human emotions. Not just the fact that it's like, you know, the psyche of human emotions and the psychosis of what they go through, like such as They Live, how no one really believed Roddy Piper, and he had to leave for the pursuit of happiness to take care of his family, to come to the city to create income for himself, and he ends up being in this whole mess in the pursuit of happiness. And he ends up finding out that these,
Yeah.
finding out that, you know, everything's fake, like nothing's real. In his own pursuit of trying to take care of himself, he found out everything's real and it's all a sham, and it was all about the pursuit, though. Because that was the movie. The movie was The Pursuit.
I mean, on one end, also another end was the movie he didn't make that, he didn't create it. It was a small short story comic book thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a short story he took and adapted. And I would say They Live was about consumerism
Mm-hmm.
and the danger of society being ruled over by a particular class that used technologies that inadvertently hypnotized people and gave them suggestions and altered their reality. And subsequently, the deepest part of the movie was that there was a frequency being projected around from a satellite that was emanating and creating this kind of reverberation in the human psyche that would mask them and make them look like regular people. And when that was cut off, everybody saw. And the last scene you see was the lady in bed having with one of them. And he's like, "What's wrong, baby?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Ah," you know, and that's the credits, you know. And I thought that was so deep, just for the simple fact that you look at where we at today with frequency, the fact that no one's living in reality.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in some perception and some simulacra of reality where words are so far removed from their meaning, right? That it alters what reality means itself. And I feel like They Live was like a masterclass in saying what's coming. I brought They Live up because of the first fight scene symbolic to being told there's something you can't see until someone points it out. And
even in the internal struggle
to accept. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that 150%. Not to mention, it was one of the longest fight scenes in Hollywood stunt fight history.
Yeah. It actually, I think it is the longest fight scene. Great fight scene for the record, but no, that movie is it touches.
But that
so
was
many
a
points,
great
so many levels.
analogy.
Yeah.
I never even looked at it like that. You know, it was a great fight scene, but that was for highest vibe for you to grab that out like that. I never thought about that. Like it was really about that symbolic fight about him. Like even when he put it on, he refused to accept it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's literally what we're doing with a lot of people that I can't say what I'm doing, but at one point in my life, trying to wake people up to say, hey, things might be a little bit different than what you may be thinking they are. I don't even do that anymore because people have their own time and when they need to find things out now. And if they know it, great. If they don't know it, it's not my job at this point to inform them of certain things. It is up for because everyone's not ready still. That's why that's why they're not accepting a lot of things. So
well, they're where they're at, and I'm the one perceiving them not accepting.
A lot of people don't.
I don't go home, but I don't go home with them, do I?
No.
Right? It's from my short interaction with them and their disagreeable nature to what I'm saying makes me paint their entire reality. When people leave from in front of you, are they being processed in your? It's like a computer. It really is, like a video game. The whole world is in front of you. None of the world that the character behind the character is actually there. You forget that because when you spin around, you see the world. What's being rendered is only that which is necessary. And that's what I mean. A lot of our experiences with people we meet, the difficult people, the people that don't, they still a representation of our internal world, our internal struggle.
Absolutely.
They only appear that way because we see ourselves that way. We see the problem. We see the problem. And so, therefore, the problem exists. You know what I mean? And we put a lot of things on other people just because our brains are narrative driven. We have to have a bad guy. We have to have a reason things are happening. Like you were saying, responsibility. We have to make some responsibility out of it. We must accept responsibility for what you fucked up and messed up and did wrong. You have said who? Where is this gray law written? Show me it. Show me how.
Okay. I won't. Life will show you.
That's what you're telling me. Right?
I won't tell you anything. See, that's what I just told you earlier. I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to let them figure it out. I went through that stage. I'm like, okay, you're not hearing me? Okay. All right. You don't have to listen to me, but you're definitely going to feel it when it comes. So.
What, acceptance?
Whatever the backlash is of non-acceptance. Of not accepting whatever positive.
When people say accept responsibility, what does that mean? Define
your actions. Accept responsibility of your personal actions.
How do you accept responsibility of actions you've taken already? If you did it, you're responsible for it.
A lot of people don't see it that way, unfortunately.
I'm just saying, we're here to think beyond the mind. We're here to think deeper.
Unfortunately,
we're here to awaken people. People don't even say the shit we say in half the time.
A lot of people feel like they were forced into that position, therefore they had to react that way because whatever you did dictated their secondary action.
That's what they feel, but that's just their feelings, right? I'm not
Oh,
responsible for their feelings. And 2 days from that, they could feel like I'm the God of their universe and I'm the reason that everything worked out for them.
Now you might be right about that, but the fact is that argument, or that kind of argument, is used quite often.
And where?
Not, I wouldn't say for me, but from people.
Like who? Give me any time where you had that counter with that argument.
Oh, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, I got it. All right, I get it. All right. Leave it there. Leave it there. All right, we'll just stop it there.
Yeah, you know.
Shut it down, Pete. Shut it down.
Y'all
For those
are
who don't
a mess.
understand, hopefully y'all understand.
What?
I say y'all a mess, but I kind of am with you to live because when you see you gotta accept accountability. But if you don't believe you're accountable, it's what you believe.
There you go. You can tell me to accept that I'm not responsible all you want. That's from your worldview. You're looking at me. You ain't living through me.
No, that's true.
This is what people do all the time. They want to tell people what they doing. But what you really telling me is what you doing. You can never tell me what I'm doing. Only I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You feel me? You only perceiving what I'm doing from what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And this is where all the problem come in when it comes to people and dealing with each other. They want to inflict their own thinking on another person opposed to experiencing the other person.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was saying. She said, we a mess tonight. I'm with it.
Are we?
All the mess. Look, I'll prove it right now. You ready for it? All the smoke.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Oh man, Stephanie, come on in here. I see you. Highest vibe. Highest vibe needs to jump in here too. Come on in here. Let's talk, guys. Don't be afraid. You don't
we have 20, probably about 20 more minutes, y'all.
Yeah, you don't even have to cut your camera on. Think about that. You could be a secret. We don't know your IP address.
Instead of typing, you could just come in and talk mess.
Talk with us. This is one of them days, and if you have any kind of, we are licensed, well, not licensed. I don't ever want to say that. We are certified by our board, and we do, we are currently still continuing our education in this field of hypnotherapy and psychology and so forth. So, if you have any questions or would like to discuss anything, we're more than happy to. But I was told by a good friend of mine who doesn't have any hair that, sometimes I need to just speak regular. And I'm just sometimes, just bring a different energy sometimes. Like, you know what? Because I'm a well-rounded person who can accept others, information. Looking at you, Chef.
I don't know why you're looking at me. You had a whole audience.
Let's have a good time. Let's enjoy it. Peach already knows. Look, Peach is the first one that ever said it. She spoke to me on the phone a long time ago, and we was talking. I was like, "Man, Peach, da." She was like, "I don't know who you are right now. You should do this." Remember that, Peach?
That's funny.
Yes, it's nice to code switch every now and again.
Yeah, see, I learned from the people around me, and I care so much about you guys. I would never absorb your brains completely.
I hope not, because you're gonna be calling me back. You be like, man, let me give this back to you. I don't want the rest of this. You got more issues I'm willing to go through, man. No, I'm good.
I like that shirt, by the way, Chef. That's a nice shirt, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's dope.
It's hot. It was hot today. I'm like, oh, my Caribbean vibe clothes. Let me brush it out. So, yeah.
Stephanie, come on up here. You don't have to be in absolute silence to join us. You have to turn your camera on. Highest vibe. Get in here. You don't have to do nothing but join and say something. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, right now
we're harassing our audience right now. Get in here.
It's comedy hour. Come on in. Come and enjoy us.
Nah, you don't want no. Nah.
They're afraid to step in the arena, huh?
Nah, they ain't afraid. They just don't want to. They ain't afraid of us. I
I know. I
wouldn't think that.
So,
at all.
man, what
I'm
are
from
your
these
plans?
keyboard warriors.
What are your plans this weekend, young sir?
I'm just going to work a little bit on the site and hopefully make some more videos and really work on a retreat that we should be getting ready for next.
Yes, let's on Sunday.
Probably not the best time. I have sleeping kids. I'm here listening and loving it. May the beautiful young ones sleep heavenly and peacefully and get all the rest, and you get rest. What's up,
Vibes?
Hey. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
sure can.
Awesome. Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations. I just you was cooking in the chat. You there?
Hello. They were here.
Well, they're still here, but I think maybe it might be an issue with your microphone.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, they're gonna get on here.
Oh, there goes the one dropped. The one call dropped. So you might want to drop. There you go.
There we go. Well, reiterate that point you was making about the fight scene, because I didn't even think about that. That was great.
It was such a great fight scene, one, and it went on so long and epic that it was like, oh, this has to be, as for my mind went away anyway. And it's just so powerful because the mind doesn't always want to accept what it's seeing right away.
That's true. That's very, very true. Oh, wow. I love what you said though, because I'm telling you.
I mean, saying that right now, it's almost like, was Keith David even real?
Oh yeah, well, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Because it could have been, it could have had a fracture, and it could have been his.
I think he was real.
That he was fighting himself with, because Keith David came in at interesting times. You got to think about when he came in. It's like, oh, he came in at this point, he came in at that point, and it was kind of taking care of him from the construction. It was
well, like that whole little setup at the beginning with the homeless encampment and stuff like that. Like it seems like they've been predictive programming a lot of what's to come for. That's what because even for that time period, that felt really out of place for LA right there.
It was, but when you look at it now, this is what's happening.
That's what's happening now.
Yeah, like he told us what was happening. Like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. Hopefully, y'all pay attention. But the ego, once again, like the ego itself is like, no, that's not real. No, that can't happen. No, that can't happen. No, that's bullshit. Oh, that's a great movie. That's not real. But look at where we're at. Oh, she got booted. Oh, the highest vibe got booted.
Oh, that's okay. Well, thank you for coming up.
Oh, what happened? What's going on?
I don't know. That's the thing.
There we go.
No worries. Thank you for coming up. And see, someone came and spoke to us. That was wonderful. Yeah, we're not scared. We didn't bite her. Notice she's alive. She's alive. Nobody got hurt in the conversation, in the filming of that conversation. Also, Stephanie says, I'll get on there one of these nights. East Coast, a bit late here. You know what? We have the same issue with our good producer and runner of the show, Peach, who happens to be on the East Coast where you are. So respectfully, I understand. I appreciate it, though. We appreciate you watching and sharing. If you could share the video with others, that'd be great. It really helps us grow. It helps us get this message out there. That's our main goal, is to get this message out there and just change the dynamic of conversations, interactions, and maybe offer some information and ways that people could change their lives and do some things without breaking the bank, right? And also I think one thing that Chef would agree with me on, one thing we're pretty good at is bringing you into the now. And the more you can stay in your now moments, the more you'll experience what you might call happiness. And we can anecdotally express things not going right for other people, or you might know one person that this or that happened to, but remember that that's an anecdotal. And ask yourself, why is that the anecdotal for you? And you might get a little pushback from your mind. So these things could change. Everything could change. We want to thank you. I'm looking at the time. We might wrap it up a little early tonight, but it's not really that early, but we might wrap it up a little early tonight. And we want to give people a little more time to come in and
I actually want to say something real quickly.
Experience happiness.
Mm-hmm.
There's the new saying, experience happiness and stop pursuing it.
I have something to say to the audience. If you really want to figure out like where you're at, do yourself a reverse bucket list. 10 things that you've already accomplished that you think is great. Write it down.
You can't do it wrong.
Nope, you can't do it
wrong. And if you don't have 10 things, that's fine.
Do 5. But it's a reverse bucket list. It is what you've already accomplished.
All the stuff you accomplished.
Mm-hmm. So let's do that for yourself and then see where you're at. And then see if your pursuit and happiness is like you're not already there, because you might already be there.
Yeah. Reverse bucket list, you know. Just get a pen and piece of paper, sit down, start writing.
Mm-hmm.
Start writing all the things that you've accomplished. You'll be surprised how many things you've accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, there's our tool for the day. That's a great homework assignment. The homework assignment.
Yeah.
Reverse bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so you can work on yourself a little. I figure everything doesn't have to be a breathing exercise, right? Some people like to write.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And since we're writing, what you're going to do, guys, you're going to get a piece of paper like this here. And because this is what we learned when we were taking advanced therapeutic journaling, I'm going to share it with you. You're going to take and you're going to write the word healing down the page like this. Then you're going to fill it in each letter, right? Now you might have a sentence. It might be a word or 2 words. There's no wrong way to do this. Okay. And just to test yourself, to make this so it's see, the purpose of doing this when you write is an ideomotor response. It's directly connected to your subconscious mind. And you're going to start writing down some things you didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to do that. You're going to do each letter. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a stopwatch right on your phone. You're going to set that timer for 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. And give yourself 2 minutes. And if you're feeling like, 2 minutes too fast, all right, give yourself 3 minutes. The whole point of this exercise, though, is we don't want to sit around and think and get the critical conscious mind involved too much, right? So we want to give it some sort of time limit there, because that causes us to tap into that subconscious mind to move a little bit faster. So what you're going to do is you're going to write that down, and you're going to look at that. And you're going to look at what you write out. And with each letter, okay? So H might be homework. E might be ethereal. A may be air, right? Or H may be, how do I get the hell out of here? E might be eternal damnation and feeling like I'm in a lake of fire. A might be, why are we not enjoying this? Chef looks like he's looking like, hey, baby, cooking.
I'm looking at the time and I'm like, okay, you need to get on, because we want to choose a word from the words that they choose. An additional
listen,
word.
There's not nobody here to choose from the words they choose. So what we're doing is
they want to choose a word that stands out.
They can. Well, this is what I'm saying. We can do that too, right? But you got to start somewhere. right?
No, what I'm saying is from these words, then do it again.
Oh, go ahead. You want to fill in? Then fill in. Let's keep teaching. Go ahead. Speak up.
No, well, let's say whatever word. What letter? What word did you choose? You chose a bunch of. You said you chose a bunch
So
of words.
let's say here you chose the first word is H, homework, and this E here is something like eternal damnation. Let's say the word damnation. Why did I write damnation? Now
Yeah,
you're going to springboard. This is called a springboard method. And you're
There you
going to
go.
write that word damnation. And you're going to do the same thing.
Mhm.
And you're going to get to the root of what's going on inside of you. You're going to find a lot of clarity there. It's a great way to get clarity to really put yourself in a springboarded position to start making some great changes. So I'm gonna just one more time so you know this is called a springboard technique. You can start with the word healing, but you could say like Chef said, you can use any word that calls to you, right? Might be the word future, right? Might be the word abundance, right? Whatever word calls to you. But I started with the word healing because it's something I feel like a lot of people are looking to do, heal, right? And some may feel like a relationship would heal them. Some feel like money will heal them, right? But healing. So we'll just start with healing. If you like to choose another word, you can, and just fill that in. And then you're going to go over those words that what you wrote, and you will pull it out. You'll see it. You'll see it. And anything else in there that calls to you, you're going to do the same thing again. And that's called a springboard. All right. And it's a beautiful therapeutic journaling way for you to get some clarity.
You learn about yourself really quickly. You really do. Easy way to tap in. I've used it. I've actually springboarded every client this week. Every single client I've had this week. I think it's pretty awesome. And it has been so effective because people really, it's really a turbo way to get to the subconscious. So
yeah, because the writing is when you write, and when you're doing this, when you're writing, it's a subconscious ideomotor response, right? We don't really think when we're writing, right? We may think consciously of what we want to write on the paper, but the writing itself is sort of automatic. And that's how it taps into the subconscious mind, because you're dealing with that automatic part of you. So yes, you be nailing it. I just want to expand on what you just
man,
brought to the table.
Hey, I'm gonna throw another lob. Here you go. It don't matter who dunk it as long as it gets dunked.
You know, I keep books around. I got so many. I had to pack my stuff up, but I got still got a lot of books out, man. But I got to keep it out, you know. And I would suggest everybody keep writing utensils, keep a little pad, paper around you, man. You know, you'd be surprised what happens sometimes when you sit down and you just write out what you're feeling, you're thinking, right? And sometimes not knowing what to write or what to say. Sometimes you don't know how to deal with a situation. You just get on a piece of paper and you go, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to write. I don't know anything. I feel stupid. I feel this. I don't know. And before you know it, you would have spilled hundreds of words onto the page. And when you go back and you look over that, in time, you're going to find so much clarity because they're going to things you wrote there that you weren't consciously aware you were writing. And it's a powerful way to get a look at your own subconscious mind, what's going on in there. And here's what I'll do. And I'll give you one other thing before we get out of here. On that piece of paper, just to get the juices flowing inside of you, I'm going to have you write down a little like a sentence stem. You know what I'm talking about, Chef? I can't hear you, bro. Your mic is down.
My bad. Yeah, no, stems, the sentence stems are awesome. All the therapeutic journalism is just an amazing course and techniques.
So what I was thinking was having them write a sentence stem for, if I weren't afraid, I would.
I would blank the blank blank blank.
Right. So
whatever y'all come up with.
whatever you come up with. So on a piece of paper, you're going to write, if I weren't afraid, I would blank, 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 blank. So you're going to write, if I weren't afraid, I would, and then you're going to fill in the blank, right? And watch what happens. Watch the magic that occurs. Because you're going to get a chance to address some things that you've been keeping sort of trapped in. Nobody gets to know about. You don't know how to move around it and deal with it. And when you do things like this, it puts things in a different perspective. It helps you shift through it in a way that the subconscious mind and your conscious mind can kind of get in alignment with what you're trying to do. Would you agree, Chef?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely agree with you.
All right. So what we got here? Oh, more techniques. Thank you so much.
That's why you
I love this show because you always walk away with an applicable practice. Bonus.
There you go.
Thank you. Taking photos. That's beautiful. If we could change one life, then we're doing our job, brother. That's all that matters to me. You know, yeah. Well, I guess we're coming up to the end of our show for today, and wow, this has been great. It's been fun. It's been different, and different is
definitely
awesome.
different. Definitely different. But new experiences are exactly that.
Stay tuned because next week we'll have the Kung Fu Master Sudan back with us.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Yes. You'll be meeting him during the week though. Next week, so
gotcha.
Yeah. They don't get to.
I got you. Okay.
I'm in the wrong line of work. That's what they used to tell me. Now I'm in the right line of work.
Peach, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for allowing us to be here. And for those in the audience, thank you for blessing us with your presence and allowing us to give you a different experience. Hopefully you can take some of the information that we've given and apply it to your life, or just think about it, make you think. Or hopefully we made you laugh. Hopefully we left you with something that benefits you. And you have a great weekend, a beautiful evening, and peace and God bless.
All right. And before he get out of here, he just said his piece. I'm going to say mine now. Thank you for joining us at Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy, where we are not here to teach you. We're just here to remind you. Please follow us on all our social medias, right? Please go to beyondthemindhypnotherapy.com, Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, where you can find all of this content and so much more. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, and share Peach Entertainment because she has so many shows that come on all throughout the week. Everything from the hops to the check-in down to uphill battle and so much more. And so we want to say thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. And here I'll leave you with a little bit of a saying. The only person in this world I ever loved and lost and wanted to get back was myself. Have a great weekend. You see, there's been a big misconception in the world of hypnosis. Hypnosis is a natural state. It's something we go in and out of all the time. But we can use that state to affect our own behaviors. So this is a do with. I'm going to work with your unconscious mind. I'm going to work with this 88. You're going to work with the 12, right? Because together, when we work together, we can bring 100% of the mind together. The power of your own mind.
So I just attended Talib's group hypnosis